next we will see about what is this stormwater flow. This stormwater flow, when the rainfall takes place, or when the rain when it is raining, a part of the water it will be infiltrate, that will be percolate inside the ground surface. Where consider this is the ground surface. Ground surface, a part of it will be move inside the ground, and rest of the water will be moves out, moves on the surface of the ground. So this water, whatever this water moving from the surface of the ground, that is called as runoff or stormwater flow. So the water which moves inside the ground level, that is called as infiltration or percolated water, or we call it as, in a geotechnical we will call it as permeability. The movement of the water takes place inside the soil is known as permeability. The movement of the water takes place on the which is in the parallel to each other or perpendicular to each other. So two way it will be taking place. So this remaining flow over the land, that depends upon the permeability of the ground and sloping surface. What is this sloping surface? So slope of the ground is like this. The movement will be very slow. If the movement of the ground is like this, so draining of the rainwater will be very high. So this runoff or the stormwater, the amount of the water flowing over the ground surface or the pavement or the road, house or house roof is commonly is runoff. This stormwater is ultimately drained through sewers, otherwise the streets, roads, that will be flooded with the rainwater. The amount of the peak of the stormwater flow, that may be very several times than that of the dry weather flow, or the amount of the water which takes place, movement of the water takes place during the rainy season is very, very high. So 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times of the dry weather flow that takes place during the non-rainy season. In the case of the combined system, the sewers are been normally not designed for the peak stormwater flow. Otherwise, the size of these sewers would be very alarming level. So this ordinary or the normal rain, the sewers run off with the full of the stormwater. However, during heavy rains, the peak stormwater is been allowed to accumulate. So what is that accumulation system is considered? This is the where the water will start to accumulate. Water to start first, water will start to accumulate here. Then water should takes place like this. Now what will happen? Water will start accumulate here. Then the moment after accumulating for over a period of time, the water will start to drain off. So this will take place during the heavy rainfall which takes place. So after the rains are been over, accumulated stormwater will be discharged gradually through the sewers. This stormwater flow is known as wet weather flow. This is another thing. I explained about dry weather flow. Now you should know about what is wet weather flow. So whatever the water which takes place during the rainy season, that is known as wet weather flow, WWF. Dry weather flow, that is known as DWF. DWF is known as dry weather flow, and wet weather flow is known as WWF is known as wet weather flow. Dry weather flow will take place during the non-rainy season. Wet weather flow will take place during the rainy season. So that's about the dry weather flow and wet weather flow of the stormwater flow. Now let me see about in this estimating the stormwater flow. There are the two methods are there. One is a rational method and another is rational method, another is empirical method. So these are the two methods is being used. I'll explain next about the this rational method of calculating of stormwater. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. So there are the many factors are there for the wet weather flow. So that factors for the responsible for the wet weather flow movement or the amount of the water takes place. That first one is the catchment area. If the catchment area is there more, the runoff will also be more. Next is ground surface or the ground slope. This ground slope, as the more higher the slope, movement of the water will takes place will be higher. Next is the permeability. What is this permeability? Permeability of the ground is very small. The movement of the runoff will be very high. Next is the extent. The extent of the vegetation growth. Higher the greenery, the more amount of the absorption will take hold by the soil. So that depends also upon the vegetation growth. Next is rainfall intensity or the rainfall duration. So what is this rainfall intensity? The amount of the intensity of the rain is very high, so the runoff will also be more. Next is the rainfall duration. If the rain is occurred for about 5 minutes, amount of the storm water will be very less. If the rainwater is more for about 5 hours, so the runoff will be very high. Next is the condition of the ground. So what is the condition? Whether it is then very rough in texture or very smooth. If it is a rough or it is not been compacted, means the movement of the water will take place inside the pervious or the moving percolating the water or infiltration of the water to the ground will be very high. If it is even compacted very firmly, the moment percolating the water inside the ground will be very small, so runoff will be very high. So that's about the condition of the ground. Next is the concentration or compactness of the catchment area. If the concentration is very high of the soil, the movement will take place inside the infiltration will take place. If the compact where the catchment area it will be very compacted, the runoff will be very high. So it is also depends upon the other climatic condition like wind, humidity and the temperature also. If the temperature is high, soil will be dried too much, so amount of the absorption of the water by the soil is very high. So this about the factors or the runoff depends upon the various factor I have explained. Next I will go for the two methods which I told. One is a rational method, another is empirical method. So what is this rational method? So rational method, that is the formula which has been commonly used for the designing of the sewage system or the stormwater drains that will be take place in the three factors. So one is the catchment area, another is impermeability, another is the intensity of the rainfall. So that is given by the some formulas. So this is the formula. Okay. Q is equal to KAIRI. So what is this? K is that's a constant. Okay, K is a constant. So A is the area of the catchment area. I is the intensity. That is the intensity of the rainfall. Next, Ri, that is the intensity of the rainfall in mm per hour. So Ri is the intensity of the rainfall. So apart from this, there is a various another factors. So usually this formula which is used for the finding the runoff or the discharge of the water, Q it is being used for the as a discharge. But here in the storm wastewater flow, you should call it as runoff. Okay, for the runoff or the storm water flow, we will call it as Q. So Q is also given by the another formula Q is equal to AIR divided by 360. So this is all been reduced with corresponding some constant. So you have to remember Q is equal to AIR divided by 360. So but what is that AIR? You have to remember. So and remember the constant K is equal to 1 divided by 360. So finally this will be reduced. Sometimes this rational formula will also be expressed in the form of 1 by 360 CRI into A. What is the C? Is the coefficient of runoffs. So this formula you have to remember. Finally this formula will be changes into Q is equal to 28 AIR, where A is the area of the catchment area in the hectares, where Ri is the intensity of the rainfall, where I is the intensity. So or the impermeability of the factor. Impermeability factors are ground, maybe from the ground to ground it will be varies. So that's about the discharge or the runoff or the storm water flow. So that is what we have to determine. Next I will explain about first I will explain what is this about the catchment area A and impermeability factors and Ri. One by one I will explain. So in the catchment area Ri AI, this catchment area, there are the three important factors that will be taken into consideration for this finding the catchment area. One is the impermeability, impermeability factor, it will be considered. Next is intensity of the rainfall, that is Ri. Intensity of the rainfall, Ri, will be taken into consideration. This catchment area will be served in the stormwater flow, where that can be directly it will be taken into consideration of the map of the city or town or any village area that will be positioned for the streets or the houses or the playground or the sewers. However, these impermeability factors, that depends upon the type of the surface of the ground, and this catchment area different from the type different. There are the different types of the surfaces that is indicate in the table that I will show you. Each type of surface have the different impermeability factor. Next I will go for the second one, impermeability. Next, this is the impermeability which we will use to this is the average impermeability. So here the average impermeability that will be stated as where the catchment area, we will take the different catchment area. Either may be different surface. For the different surface area, we have to take a different area. There are the n number of the areas will be there. So each area which have the different impermeability, that considered for an area A1, there is a separate impermeable surface. So that is I1. So next, another area A2, there is another impermeability factor, that is I2. So next, impermeable area will be taken into calculation, that is A1 I1 plus A2 I2 up to nth surface or nth catchment area to nth impermeable surface. So that will be the only about the calculating the impermeable area. Now we have to calculate the an average impermeable factor we need to calculate. So it is only just a impermeable area. We have to calculate average impermeable factors. So how to calculate that average impermeable factors? That is given by this formula. See here, the average impermeable factor is given by A1I1 plus A2I2 up to nth term AN that is divided by nth area A1 plus A2 plus A3 to up to nth area. So if you take the summation of AI divided by summation of area, that is the average of average impermeable factor. Next, we will see the intensity of the rainfall. So what is this intensity of the rainfall? So intensity of the rainfall is the value of Ri. The intensity of the rainfall may be in the millimeter per hour. That can be worked out that from the rainfall records. This intensity of the rainfall, that depends upon the frequency and the amount of the rainfall will takes place for over a period of the time. That is the duration of the storm. So that's about the intensity of the rainfall. Next, we will see about the frequency, storm frequency. Next is the storm frequency. This storm frequency is the frequency of the storm where the sewers can be designed, depends upon the various importance for the drainage area. Commercially and highly priced area should be subjected to the less frequent flooding. So there should be very less in the flooding in the residential area, where the unimportant area can subjected to more frequent flooding. So many suggest can be given for the values of the frequency for the residential area, peripheral areas, and central, and comparatively the other areas will be picked high. So that's about the storm frequency. Next, there are the few terms are there. Let me see about what is this time of concentration. So time of concentration, that is nothing but it is defined as the longest time, longest of the time where without there is any delay in the time. So that will be required for the drop of the water to flow from the farthest point of the drainage area to the point of the concentration. Means, so consider this is the drain, from the where the rainfall will take place, from there to where the concentration of the point will be high. So consider that may be very not here. Consider pipe is here. The rainfall will take place in very different point, so the concentration will be very high in this point. So from here, from the time of the concentration, there is a from the drop of the water to flow. So consider here the drop will take place here, from the further point to the drainage area to the point of concentration. Here, consider here the point of concentration is there. From there, what is the distance? So that is the time of concentration, where the movement will takes place from there to here. So that is the time of concentration. In other words, the time required for the flood discharge to reach the maximum limit. So when the rainfall is just started all over the catchment area, simultaneously raindrops falling just near the sewer inlet will enter the sewer first. The rate of the flow at this stage will be very small. but gradually it will increase more and more area will be contributed to the flow. Finally, when the whole area contributing, the maximum rate of the rainfall will be obtained. So in this, the time required beginning of the rainfall to one concentrate corresponding to achieve the maximum rate of the runoff is known as maximum rate of the flow is known as time of concentration. So this time of concentration has the two components. One is time of entry T and time of flow. So these are the two components. What is this time of entry? That is the time of entry or the inlet time is the time taken by the runoff to run from the most distance point to the watershed to inlet of the sewer, where the area contributed to the most of the sewers are usually very small. Hence it is the customary or the it is assumed to be very suitable value of the time of entry, that is called as TE. It will be called as TE. The time of entry decreases with the increase in the slope and impervious of the ground, while it increases with the distance of the storage condition of the ground. Next is time of flow, that is TF. Time of entry is called as TE. Time of flow is known as TF. The time of flow is the time required to flow of the water in the sewers to the point under the concentration. So you can consider time of flow in the sewer. Is the required time to flow of the water in the sewer to the point where under the consideration. So it is been computed by the assuming the velocity of the flow in the drain and the measuring the length of the drain of the sewers from the inlet point to the point under the consideration. TF is equal to distance divided by velocity. The time so computed usually lesser than the actual time of the flood to reach a point of the concentration from the sewers inlet, because the time required to fill the sewers is and time required for the fill the sewers is the time of storage. The time may be appreciably, it will be usually it can be neglected. So this time of entry and time of flow. So T total time concentration TC is equal to TE plus T, this is plus T plus TF, time of entry and time of flow. So these two has to be taken into consideration, that is a total time of concentration.